So the deadlift is one of the best exercises we can start integrating into patient care, especially with low back pain patients. It's a great sagittal plane exercise. I like using a kettlebell to initially start coaching the deadlift because we can stand directly over the kettlebell. So if you can see the kettlebell between my legs, but you can't see the handle, that's important here, okay? Because it's closer to my center of mass. We're talking about lower load on the lumbar spine. Now, the further that weight is away from me out in front of me, what that does is if I don't lock in, I buttress the low back with my lats and my glutes at the thoracolumbar fascia, then we're looking at a little bit more increased shear stress on the lumbar spine, which for some individuals will be kind of sensitive. Now, I'm going to demonstrate here, and the first one I'm going to demonstrate is not a correct deadlift. It's actually going into too much lumbar spine extension. So as I hinge down, I break. Right now, I'm trying to break the handle in half here. Okay, notice how I have more hip bend than I do knee bend. Okay, so my torso is on an angle, a little bit more, a little bit steeper than 45 degrees or so. And I'm trying to break the handle in half. So the middle of the handle goes flying out in front towards the bumper plates in front of me. And then I've extended too much into the lumbar spine here. And so this is a common finish position that you'll see in this is exaggerated, but you'll see in the deadlift. This is incorrect. And I put the weight back down right in the middle of my feet there. Sometimes a cue that we can use in order to put the weight back down is say, hey, I want you to put the weight a little bit further back than you think you have to if the patient or the individual is putting the weight too far in front of them. So again, we'll break. And this is another common fault that we'll see is not at finishing through the hips, extending through the knee. And so the patient will actually present with this type of finish in the deadlift. And usually what the coach or the chiropractor or physical therapist says is, hey, I want you to extend more through the hips, and you'll actually get what I demonstrated the first deadlift. You'll get too much extension through the lumbar spine. So I'll play this again. Just lock out the knees. I'm not getting hip extension here. Now I'm going to do a good one here, break the bar, and I just finish. And all I'm thinking about here when I'm standing up here is I'm trying to push the ground away. So I'm driving the ground down. I'm trying to drive the concrete through the ground. I'm driving the yoga mat through the concrete, whatever I'm focusing on, driving straight down so I can finish in a good locked out position. Another common fault here is losing the lat lock in, and so the weight ends up too far out in front. And so if you can see here, the kettlebell is now in front of my feet. Okay, I'll play that again. Watch from the top here. Watch my shoulders. I finish here, lock it in. I finish good. Now watch my shoulders kind of roll forward. I've lost the lats locking in. No good. I got to bring it back, lock it in, push the floor away, and then I pull the weight down. So one thing, a lot of times, what you'll see is individuals try and put the weight down. They lose lumbar lordosis. I want to actively try and pull the weight down. Okay, it's called active loading. I'm trying to pull the weight down, break the bar, push the floor away. I'm pulling the load down, maintaining quality lumbar lordosis right there. Excellent.